In Matthew 17, we read how Jesus has actually transfigured before his disciples. He did something totally unexpected, something they haven't seen so far from him. And welcome this morning for this morning's fresh thought from the Word of God here. And so Matthew 17, 6 days later, Jesus took Peter, James, and John, his brother, and brought them up into a high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. It's obvious that Matthew is struggling with with a good description for this. It is not easy to describe what they saw on that mountain. It was more glorious than what they would ever have known before. You could go into any royal court and see gold and fancy apparels, but not the inward light, not the internal light shining out that happened with Jesus. And this is so interesting because well, here's the question: did they know Jesus? Did they know him? They knew him. They have been with him for quite some time. And actually, just previously in chapter 16, Peter described Jesus as the Son of the Most High God, as the Messiah, as the Son of Man. Like obviously he knew who he was. So we could ask the question and answer it also: did the disciples know Jesus as God? And the answer is yes, they knew him as God. But this is still amazing because, if you think about it, this was them finding out, them meeting the glory of God. The God who they knew, they came to know him in yet another way. They knew him, but he showed them he showed them who he was in a fresh way. And this is so important. Like, do we know God? Yes, we know God. We're believers, okay? But finding the glory of the God whom I know in a fresh way, in a new way, in a way I haven't seen. And this is really wonderful because Christianity is not an old thing, not a stale thing, not something of yesterday. Christianity is a faith of today. And that doesn't mean we don't learn, and that doesn't mean we don't plan, of course, but it is true, definitely, that today we meet Jesus, and the God who we know reveals himself to us in ways that we have not yet known. He shows his glory to us. But for this, we have to go with him to the mountain. For this, we need to draw near to him. For this, we need to seek him out in prayer or fellowship with the brethren in a conference or go to a church service or minister. I don't know, something. We are seeking him, we're finding him, we are with him, and then he shows to us himself in a way that we have not known before. The God who we know, in a way we see his glory that we did not know. And this is our Christian life as we go forward. We learn this in new situations, and God is bringing us into situations so that he could show us his glory in those situations. God bless you with these thoughts. Trust that they were a blessing, and hope that I will see you here soon again.